Home prices in Sacramento have been falling all year, while list prices in Sacramento have been climbing all year. Have some overzealous agents and maybe some greedy home sellers gotten a bit ahead of their skis? What's in store for the market as we close out the winter off-season? That's the question we're answering in this Sacramento Real Estate Update for February 6th, 2025. I'm Jon Schwartz, California's 1% homebuyer agent. In 2024, I saved my clients $180,000 by reducing my commission from the usual 2.5% to a low 1%. And this year, I'm going to save my clients $1 million. Learn how you can be a part of that and schedule a free consultation at jonsch.com. That's JONSCH.com. Now let's get into the data. And we're looking at the latest weekly print from Redfin for the Sacramento metro market. That includes Roseville and the other suburbs surrounding Sacramento. Home prices have been falling all year. We're down to a median sale price of $553,000. That's after starting the year at $579,000. Now, of course, it's common for home prices to fall until about the beginning of February, these dips here. But as you can see, this is a more dramatic winter fall off than we're used to seeing in previous years. Meanwhile, the median price of a new listing has been climbing all year. It started the year high and has only climbed higher this week. The new listing median price was $604,000. That's up from $595,000 at the year's start. Looks like realtors are hopeful that the spring buying season will start early and start hot. To see if realtors are right or wrong in that hope, we look at the rest of the data. Now we're looking at new listings, and new listings always climb this time of year, but this year, the green line, new listings are really on a tear. Right now, we had 413 new listings on the Sacramento market this week. That's up 14.2% over last year. This week is the first time we are now beating last year by double digits. Last week, new listings were up 8.5% over the same week last year. And with new listings growing with this pace, it's going to be hard for home prices to grow much with all this new inventory coming to market. Now we're looking at homes sold. And as you can see this year, the green line, homes sold are decreasing, but not as steeply as we usually see this time of year. This week, we had 309 homes sold on the Sacramento market, representing 15.8% more homes sold than last year. And if homes sold remains elevated over last year, that creates upward pressure on pricing. That would mean we should be seeing prices begin to turn positive pretty soon. Now we're looking at pending sales, and while homes sold is beating last year, pending sales is trailing last year. All these lines are kind of jumbled up together, so let me find the spot. This week, 385 homes went pending on the Sacramento market. That's down 7.7% from the same week last year. So while homes sold is elevated, and you might look at that and think, ooh, prices are going to start climbing, pending sales is depressed, which will lead to a depression in homes sold because pending sales is a leading indicator for homes sold. A home goes pending about a month before it becomes sold. So in the weeks ahead, even though the number of homes sold is relatively high now, we should see it start to fall and perhaps even drop below last year's numbers in the weeks ahead. And now we're looking at active listings, and you can see active listings, after declining for a couple of weeks, as is customary for this time of year, has already taken an upswing. This week, we saw 3,538 active listings on the Sacramento market. That's 15.81% higher than the same week last year. What can I say? There's plenty of inventory on the Sacramento market relative to last year. And when there is plenty of inventory, that means downward pressure on prices. And this notion's only reinforced when we look at weeks of supply. Weeks of supply has been climbing all year. Right now, there are 12.7 weeks of supply on the Sacramento housing market. And look, when weeks of supply is high, when there's a lot of inventory, it's hard for prices to really climb. I think this is the best evidence in the data we have to suggest that those Sacramento realtors out there raising listing prices all year so far are not in line with the market. Prices, of course, are going to climb this spring during the spring buying season, but I don't think we're going to see any early start to that surge. Of course, if there is one counter argument to make, we see it here in the average sale to list ratio. As you can see, last week, our average sale to list ratio bottomed out. we reached 98.5% sale to list ratio in Sacramento. And this week we rebounded to 98.6%. Why does this matter? Well, if average sale to list ratio is beginning to climb, that means that sale prices are beginning to rise to meet where list prices are. This might be an early indication that, yeah, we are going to see some price gains in the next couple of weeks. To find out, stay tuned. I'll be covering Sacramento's market every other week. And if you're planning to buy a home in Sacramento this year, check out my 2025 California Homebuyers Guide. It includes all the latest information you need to know, including new agency rules, new conforming loan limits, and new state regulations around homeowners insurance. So check it out, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.